More than 500,000 people have fallen for this gambit or trap. Some opponents may even lose in 9 moves, leaving you to win in 9 moves. So this opening is e4, d5. We get the Scandinavian defense. We are gonna go knight to f3, bait this pawn. We are trying to have them take the e4 pawn. And so if they do that, we go knight to g5, having one piece out in the game, attacking the pawn on e4, while also attacking the pawn on f7. So the main goal of the Tennyson Gambit is to attack this f7 pawn. Knight to f6, the most popular move. We are gonna go pawn to d3. Most of the people here will take the pawn on d3 so that they gain more material. And now that is a mistake because we can go bishop takes d3. This attacks the pawn on h7 twice with a knight also. So we got 2 attacking pawns on the threat. What a lot of people do here is try to avoid the attack by going pawn to h6. Quite big mistake because this is attacking this. And so when we take this pawn with a knight, they may take the knight. But there is something wrong. We can go bishop to g6 and that opens up to the undefended queen. That is also a check. They cannot go back to protect the queen with a king. They have to go here, and the best move is here to take the bishop and we take the queen on d3. That is open a while ago. So that is the main goal of the Tennyson Gambit, the ICBM variation. Let's look at some more lines. So I'm here with you today, guys, to analyze deeply the Tennyson Gambit. They cannot just protect the pawn with one way, knight to f6. Protect it with with the bishop. We will go and develop another piece into the game and try to attack this pawn on e4. They could go h6. If that happens, we take, they take, we take back. We get a knight in the center of the board, very aggressive. And they got all of their pieces on the back rank. You just play normal chess after that. But in this line, knight to f6, defending with another piece and develop, we are gonna go d3, attacking the pawn on e4. Most likely, they will try to take. We're gonna go with queen to f3. Queen to f3 does not only attack the pawn on d3, while also it attacks the bishop on f5. So they might as well move the bishop back over here. We take the pawn with the bishop and now look at the position. We are winning because of the lead in development and the next potential moves that are about to partake in this game. In this line, they may go h6. We go back knight to e4. So the game plan on this is if they go h6, most likely people do, we go back knight to e4. It's alright. If they take back, we take back with the bishop, and now we have this very attack. And most likely people will do this. They may go c6. We go bishop to f4. Another development, another piece in the game. Again, 4 pieces, and they got non-pieces to develop. And so folks, you will win this game by 0.9 points according to the computer, and you will win by 75% of the time because of how easily you can play this position and how easily you can castle and try to obliterate the king in the next couple of moves. There's another line. If they go here first, we will go and take the pawn on e4. Take back with the knight. If we take the pawn on e4, we will attack the bishop, and that we will do. They will try to take our queen because it is open when we took the pawn. So they take back the queen, try to not let us castle, but that's okay in our point of view because they will try to go back. Quite a mistake because now we have the ability to do this. Knight to d5. This attacks the pawn on c7, and believe it or not, a lot of people fall for this. They cannot try to go a6 because of this, and we will still have this fork king to d7. What are we gonna do is develop the bishop on f4. If they go and take the pawn, which gives them 1 point, we're gonna go take the pawn on c7. That attacks the rook and traps the rook. If they go e6, a lot of people do, we will take the rook. A lot of people might see the correct move, which is this, but it's really blurry because we take back. They're trying to go here, which is the best move on c6, which is not really a bad thing. You're blundering a rook, but it's the best thing for black. But you still got plus 6 points. Your opponent will completely fail. And actually, 90% of the time, they do fail because of the material loss after this. We got c6, the Caro-Kann. What happens after that? So folks, we are gonna go knight to f3. They go here and we still bait the pawn on e4. They will take knight here on g5 because we're baiting another pawn, and most likely they will take. What we will do is take pawn on d3 with the bishop. The same tactic as a while ago in the Tennyson Gambit, and most likely they might do this. And sadly, that will lead into this again, Tennyson Gambit, and we will just take the queen. But what if they go e6 in the Caro-Kann? We take the pawn on h7 because it is attacked 2 times. And so if they go here, bishop to e7, we are just gonna go queen to h6, and that attacks the pawn here on f7. Knight to f6 were to happen. We take the knight, and that is check. We are attacking the rook, and boom, they take the knight, we take the rook. So folks, what if they don't do that and instead go for g6? Try to attack their queen. Well folks, we are gonna sacrifice our bishop on g6. Why? Because if they take with the pawn, we will take back with the queen, and that is check. Now this is guarded still the knight, so it is not really to worry, and they have to move the king. And if so they move the king, we add another piece on f4 with the bishop, and that's how you will try to win the game. Try to break the opponent's position with the queen, with the knight, and the bishop. And now much of the black's position is already exploding over here, so I don't really need to teach you the next lines because you got 2 points. So let's look for other lines. How about c6, the French defense? We're gonna go d3. They take. We will go knight to g5. They take back. So what this simply means is that we are gonna have the same position, but now if they do this, we cannot do this, because if they take, we can do this, but they can protect their own queen. So we got options here. Queen to h5, and if they take, we will take back with queen to h8, taking the rook. So they really don't want that, and we're still having mate over here. They can have g6, but the same line of sacrificing the bishop still works. Because if they take back, we take, and then king to d7, and oh no, the black king is going to be checkmate. Being smart here, we'll go to f6. And so the key move here is to take the pawn. Because if they take the knight, what they miss is that this bishop will try to fork. So keep in mind this bishop on d3. Another line in the Tennyson Gambit, so that you guys don't lose your sanity on this. We already talked about this and this to protect the pawn, but what if queen to d5? Kind of a creative way, but it is one of the worst ways, so I'll show you how to defeat this. First, we will go pawn to d3, attacking this pawn. They're gonna take because we opened our bishop to protect the knight on g5. So they take first the pawn on d3, and we will go knight to c3. Yet again, they cannot take the knight because it's protected, and we are attacking the queen. They will go e5, trying to be aggressive on the center, trying to make their queen on the center, trying to get that juicy check to the king on e1. That is a mistake. Bishop to e3, and we already got 3 pieces on the line developed. Now they take another pawn on c2, which they will most likely do just for the material, and so they think we'll win, but that's an illusion, because when we take back, look at how many pieces are so developed right now, and we're gonna try to castle next. Now, next move is that they try to go here. That is so wrong, because in the naked eye, we can fork them, queen to b3, and attack the pawn on f7 and b7. Could go e6, protecting this, and trapping this, and if they try to escape, we will still take the rook, because the queen is not here anymore. That is the problem when they went out with the queen. e6 happens, protecting this pawn instead of the pawn on f7. Well folks, that is a check to the king on e8. They have to move d7. We take the bishop on f8. And it's very terrible for them, because if they try to go here, we'll take the rook. There is no best move instead of trying to go knight to h7. If they don't do that, go c6. We will go knight to f7, try to trap the rook again. That's all of the things that I have to analyze. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys learned something in this video. And if you did, please subscribe and like. See you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. There is a Discord community down below in the description if you want to join in the community. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.